How you doing, YouTube? Matt Massa Beer Reviews, back with a really fucking interesting beer, at least on label, in the form of Edmund Oast Brewing. It is their extra special Sichuan. This is an English-style ale with the Sichuan peppercorns added. That's fucking weird, okay? You're talking about a traditional, so they're going for the extra special bitter, which is what I assume they're going for, but instead of doing just a traditional English-style bitter, they are doing it with a Far Eastern pepper. Okay. It kind of makes sense on its head, because from what I remember of Sichuan pepper, it's not like super spicy, it's not super overt peppery, it's a little bit fruity and stuff like that, so it could kind of work in a beer, but just piqued my interest. So I went to a local bottle shop, they had 4-packs of this, and I'm like, I really don't want to buy a 4-pack of this, because this could either be the best thing I've ever had or the worst thing I ever had. And then when I was walking out, I turned to my right and I saw a singles cooler, and this is in there. I was like, sold. This is worth a pickup. It cost me like whatever it cost, like $4, because it was like, I think it was 4 for 8/16, so it was like a $14 4-pack. Paid a little premium for you guys. That's what I do. Anyway, English style ale with Sichuan peppercorns, not Sichuan. I'm probably butchering that, actually. 5.5% alcohol by volume. Exotic in flavor and refined in taste, brewed with traditional English malts and spice for life. Bring something special to the table. Except there is no T on there. It just says able. I'm sure that T got scratched off, but I like that. Bring something to the able. And Charleston, South Carolina, these guys are out of. It's been a while since I've had an Edmund's Oast beer. Okay. But I was in the mood for like a kind of like an English cask ale. Now, I don't think I'm going to get that here. But it had enough to where it piqued my interest, and honestly, that label's baller. That beer looks like an English mild. So we're off to a pretty predictable start on an very unpredictable beer. Yeah, look at that. Just exactly what you'd expect from like an English-style ale, except when you throw that little kind of like kind of Bengal tiger up there. A little bit of kind of medallion kind of things on the bottom. A little bit different. I don't know. I like the mixture. What can I say? And yes, like I said, looks like an English mild. Because has that copper penny kind of color, leaning a little bit darker. Has a khaki colored head. Index finger, just over an index finger of infinitely fluffy creaminess. Yeah, this beer looks weird. Weird and bonkers. I like weird and bonkers. Let's get a nose. I get this big lemony note that has to be coming from those peppers. Other than that, I'm getting a sweet English malt. I'm not really getting much as far as bittering, or even an overt kind of spiciness. It really does lean this kind of soft, sweet English malt with this little dollop of like a cooked lemon. And by that I mean it's lost its kind of edge. There's no kind of sharpness to it. That acidity has kind of been burned off, and you have this kind of soft. It's not confectionery sweet lemon meringue, but at the same time it's not fresh spritzy kind of lemon. It's kind of what I expected from that Sichuan pepper, and it smells really interesting. Again, I'm gonna love this beer or hate it. I'm leaning towards love though. Let's dive in. Cheers. I wish I bought a 4-pack of this. This is fucking delicious. That beer is delicious. It's so weird. It shouldn't make any sense whatsoever. It shouldn't make any sense. So, it's all the English mild. It's all this creamy, almost cask level ale, creamy kind of English mild. It's English mild. It's not extra bitter. I assumed it was going to be an extra bitter because of the extra special like ESB kind of thing going on, but it doesn't get there. I think that they did that for labeling purposes because it's English mild. And it's got this sultry, rich, cask level kind of creaminess to it with this nice kind of soft caramel brown bready thing going on and just this richness. Now, that pepper adds this cool kind of lemon thing, but it really is the first like eighth of the beer and then drops off completely. So when you take this beer and you start to bring it to your nose and you start to drink it, you get this cool lemon. And it's not that cooked lemon I was talking about. That's how it came off in the nose. It is a little bit more kind of confectionery. It's a little bit kind of lemon bars. You ever have lemon squares, lemon bars, those kind of things, little sponge cake kind of lemon things? it's very much that kind of lemon. So it has this soft little creaminess to it. It has this almost soft little like lactose kind of vibe to it. That's your English malt there. That's your softness of an English mild kind of coming through. But it really is the first eighth or even quarter of the beer. And once you actually, because you're breathing it in, you're actually getting it like kind of nasally, you're actually tasting it from the kind of aroma of the beer before you actually get it. And that's the biggest pop of that lemon. A little bit in the taste, and it immediately starts to wash away. Sure, it lingers a little bit, but what you're left with is that soft, creamy, kind of caramel-esque, kind of rich, kind of English mild that's super fucking tasty. This is a really good beer. I applaud Edmund's Oast on this, because this is a combination that, one, piqued my interest, because I didn't think it would work, but I wanted it to work, and I wondered how it would work, and I didn't think it would work like this. They managed to pull it off in a way that I didn't think it was going to be this good. How do I put this? The best analogy I can make, without you ever having this beer, if you ever find it or whatever, is think of an Arnold Palmer. So think of a lemonade iced tea mixture. Okay? Get that in your head. And then, because that's kind of how I would view it. You know what I mean? Like, the English mild portion is the iced tea thing, tannic tea, like English mild. Then you have that little bit of lemonade. But do only like an eighth or a quarter mixture of lemonade to that iced tea, to where it's like, it's really more kind of lemonade up front. And then just iced tea kind of takes hold and kind of beats that back. And even though there's still traces of that soft lemon in there, it is really that English mild that's kind of overpowering everything else. At a 5.5% beer, it's not a big beer. It's not a huge beer, so it shouldn't be like that. It should be pretty even Stevens across the board. But it just works out so well. This is such a fun beer. This is such a fun beer. From the nose being all about those lemons, to the taste being a little bit of that lemon, mostly English mild, to the mouthfeel being super sultry and creamy, this beer is fantastic. I am absolutely livid that I did not buy a 4-pack of this. That's what you do. Sometimes you're like, I don't know, I want a 4-pack of this. But here's the kicker. An extra special English-style ale with Sichuan peppercorns. That beer is going to shelf turd up. And I am going to buy it, because guess what? This beer is already 3 months old, and it's still there, and it'll be there in 3 more months, and it's not going to get any worse. So Daddy's going to get a couple 4-packs of this, because I think this is absolutely fantastic. It's one of my favorite beers I've had in quite some time. Let's cut to the chase. Is this one of the better English milds that I've had? Yes. This is King Should Have Fuck Mountain level stuff. But if we're going like BJCP nerdy level stuff, this is very much outside of that realm. We'll go into my special little box of compartmentalizing things. This is one of the more interesting beers I've had as of late. Yeah, King Should Have Fuck Mountain. Mount Rushmore might be one of the first faces on a mountain. That's how fun this beer is. Listen, I didn't say this at the beginning, but if you want to get straight into this dude's heart, give me an English mild or give me a beer with pepper in it. They're two of my favorite things in the history of mankind when it comes to beer, because English milds are cask beer. They're drinking beers. Sit at the bar, belly up. I go to Bond Place, drink mooey all day. I'm a happy camper. End of scene. Move on to the pepper. I love pepper in beer. Not overt pepper, not bell pepper, spiced pepper, black pepper, pink peppercorn. Those kind of beers are some of my favorite ones. DuDCL does this pink peppercorn beer. I love it so much. I haven't had it in years. I need to track it down. Anyway, when you introduce those kind of peppercorn kind of peppers into beer, I'm a big fan. But I've never had that Sichuan? I'm butchering it all. But Sichuan we'll settle on. Kind of pepper. I was hoping for the best, but once you, because I didn't know, I knew about it. I've had it in cuisine before, but I looked into it, beforehand. I rarely do research, but this time I did. And I looked into the overt tasting notes, and one of them was lemon. When I think of lemon and lime, or that lemony kind of flavor profile, and an English beer, and again, this, I had nothing on the beer. I didn't look up the beer at all, but you're talking about English style ale. I assumed it was going to be an ESB, so I wondered how that would play. It played in no way I thought it would play, and better than I possibly can imagine. I love this beer. It's fucking fantastic. Let's cut to the chase. Yes, One of the better ones. We already covered that. Bag availability, like I said, I think it's $14, $15 a 4-pack all fucking day. It's even a premium for an English mild, but exotic ingredients. I love this beer, and leave you with, if you like what we like this beer. If you like English milds, but like Far Eastern cuisine, I don't even fucking know what to tell you. If you like interesting beer, you'll like this beer. So there you go. Another review in the books. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Down there if you want to talk about it. Massive Beers if you want to check me out doing the social media stuff. Beer Massive. Want to check me out doing a whole podcasting thing. And hopefully you guys enjoyed your review. Hopefully enjoying a beer as good as this one. Hopefully see you next time. Cheers. That's delicious. That's absolutely fucking delicious.